A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A plus English, 'cause it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A plus way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A plus English.
Hello there, welcome to A Plus English. I'm Mike.
I'm Chicken.
And today we are going to begin a 2-day article that is going to make you, yes, you, I'm talking about you right there, a better person.
Okay.
Well, maybe not a better person, but possibly a happier person, maybe a more disciplined person, and maybe even a better person in the end. We're talking about good habits and bad habits, the way to start and stop them. So today we'll be teaching you how to start good habits. Tomorrow we'll teach you how to start bad habits. No. We're talking about starting the good habits and stopping the bad habits. There will be no advice today or tomorrow about how to start a bad habit because we don't want to have bad habits. So on the topic of bad habits, what are some of your bad habits? I don't believe you. You seem perfect, Chikalin.
I think my biggest bad habit
Your worst bad habit. Okay, your biggest bad habit, yes.
It's going to bed too late.
Ooh, that's one of mine too.
Really?
I mean, I don't know if it's my worst bad habit, but it's definitely something I would like to stop.
Okay, yeah, me too. It's so sad, because if you don't get enough sleep, the next day you're done for.
Yes, absolutely. And you also mentioned that you woke up really early this morning.
Yeah, I did.
So you go to bed late and wake up early. Okay, so then we could kind of bundle that or group that into a bad habit. You don't sleep enough.
Exactly.
You should be better with your sleep health and your sleep hygiene. Having a nice relaxing bedroom, going to bed at the same time. I bet you're on your screen early in the morning looking at things and whatever. That's another bad habit. So there you go. Those are some good examples of bad habits that it would probably be better for you and for me. I stay up too late. To go to bed earlier, to sleep better, we'd have more energy. We would be happier and productive. So an example of a bad habit. Let's find out more about good habits, bad habits, and how to stop one and how to start the other.
Good habits, bad habits. The way to start and stop them. Warm-up question. What are some of your bad habits?
I must stop staying up late watching videos. I'm always tired the next day.
How do you plan to stop?
I only need 21 days to break a habit or form a new one.
That's not quite true. A habit is an automatic behavior, like making your bed every day.
All right, so as usual, we are with our friends Evelyn and Ethan. And yes, we can see them just relaxing at home. They're watching some TV, but it's this watching of TV and also staying up late that has Ethan a little worried. He thinks this might also be his bad habit. He begins the dialogue by saying, I must stop staying up late watching videos. Absolutely. It's the staying up late that is probably the biggest problem, but yes, you could also say, I must stop staying up late, reading books, reading comic books, playing computer games, scrolling through social media. I'm staying up too late doing silly stuff that I don't need to do. And what's the result? He says, I'm always tired the next day. Kind of like we are right now.
Yeah. 所以呢 Evelyn 跟 Ethan 在家里看电视。Ethan 跟我们有一样的问题，他说我一定要不要再熬夜看影片了，隔天总是很累。 Like if you stay up working, I think it's reasonable.
Sometimes you gotta burn the midnight oil, as they say. Stay up all night, do a lot of important, crucial work that can't wait until tomorrow. But how often does that really happen? And how often are you staying up late doing silly stuff or just fun stuff that you enjoy that's not important, like watching videos? And so, of course, we're gonna see what Ethan is like the next day. And yes, he's tired. He's sitting at his desk. He can't concentrate at school because he stayed up too late watching these YouTube videos or TikToks or whatever. So Evelyn asks him a question about this bad habit. She says, how do you plan to stop? She kind of jumps over the whole, yes, this is a bad habit, you should try not to do. No, she's going right to a solution. I like Evelyn. She goes right to the point. How are you going to stop? How are you going to change your behavior and cut this bad habit out of your life? Tell us, Ethan.
所以 Evelyn 就问 Ethan 说，那你打算怎么改掉这个坏习惯呢？
All right, well, Ethan might not have a perfect plan right now, but he does have a very good idea of how long it might take him. So at least he's sort of working on the problem. He says, I only need 21 days to break a habit or form a new one. There you go. I think this is something that I've read in articles from researchers, psychologists, people who know human behavior and can help us become better people. And they know they've discovered that it takes, of course, everyone's a little different, but it's a good number. It takes around 21 days for you to either stop a bad habit, like stop staying up late, or 21 days to start a good new habit, like waking up to exercise every morning. If you can stick with it for about 21 days, then it won't feel like work. It'll just feel like your new normal schedule.
所以 Ethan 就跟 Evelyn 说，可是我其实只需要21天就可以戒掉坏习惯，或者是养成一个新习惯。But actually, I think 21 days is not that short.
Well, it doesn't seem like a very long time, but when you start doing it, that's 3 weeks of doing the same thing. And of course, as we said, everyone is different and every bad habit is different too, right? Some bad habits would definitely be harder to break than others. So Evelyn says that's not quite true. Often when we hear these, it takes 10,000 hours to become a master at something. That's not really, it's a nice number. It gives you an idea of how much hard work you have to put in. But of course, everyone is quite different.
所以 Evelyn 就说，可是这个不完全正确哦。Why?
Well, Evelyn explains, a habit is an automatic behavior, like making your bed every day, all right? So this kind of thing that you don't really think about. You don't write down in your schedule, wake up, make bed, put on socks. These are things that you do automatically. They're part of who you are. They're part of your normal life. So they're a little bit different than these kinds of habits.
所以在 Evelyn 的想法中，他觉得习惯是一种自动化的行为，就像每天铺床，就像老师刚刚讲，你不会写下来说我今天要铺床，我今天要穿袜子，因为你已经知道要做这些事了。
The time to form a new one depends on the goal.
For example,
Building a habit of exercising every day might need months. However, drinking 8 cups of water every day usually takes just weeks.
so how can I break this bad habit?
Make small changes at first. Maybe listen to music before bed instead of watching videos.
All right, back in our article, Evelyn is explaining why it might take a little bit more than 21 days to really get a good habit. As she explains, she says, the time to form a new one, a new habit or a new good habit, depends on the goal. Certain things will, of course, be easier than other things, right? Your habit of, eating more fruit for breakfast might be an easier goal to reach than your habit of getting up and swimming 50 laps at the local pool every morning, because one clearly takes more change and will be harder to do for a long time. So Ethan is asking for examples. So he says, for example, and then he has a lot of questions. He kind of needs a bit of guidance here from Evelyn. He needs a few ideas of the kinds of habits and the kinds of time that different habits might take to break or to fix in your life.
所以其实呢，养成一个新习惯所需的时间是取决于你的目标。然后医生其实就有点不解，好，他的那种感觉。
Back to Evelyn with her good habits and some good examples of those and how they might be different. Building a habit of exercising every day might need months. There you go. Because that's a big change, right? You're going to have to go to the gym, find time in your life. You're going to feel sore after a while. You'll have other things to do some days, so you'll skip the gym. So that kind of big change might need months, more than 21 days. However, drinking 8 cups of water every day usually takes just weeks. As I said, trying to eat more fruit for breakfast, that could only take a few weeks. You could have that be your new habit in 21 days or even faster.
所以呢，其实养成每天运动的习惯可能需要好几个月哦，但每天喝8杯水只需要几周哦，所以是取决于不同的事情。
So Ethan is now focused back on his bad habit, the one he wants to break, this habit of staying up late and watching videos. So he asks Evelyn, how can I break this bad habit? He really wants to focus on his problem right now.
OK， 所以他就问 Evelyn 说 ，Ethan 就说，那我要怎么去掉这个坏习惯啊？
So Evelyn has kind of a little guide, a little roadmap for him to follow, some suggestions to how to start. Make small changes at first. Yeah, of course, small changes will be easier to make than huge changes, which totally upset your normal life. So make these changes small at first. Maybe listen to music before bed instead of watching videos. So you can still have your phone, but you can listen to music. You don't have all the visual stuff. You can maybe listen to 3 or 4 songs by the same person before you start flipping around, that kind of thing to slow your brain down a little bit by bit before you go to bed.
对，所以其实 Evelyn 就给这个 Ethan 一个建议说，我们可以可以从小改变开始，比如说你睡前不要看影片你去睡，听音乐比较好。OK， 我们今天第一个单字是 tired， 就是很疲倦、很累的意思。比如说 after working all day, she felt extremely tired. 或我们也可以变成 exhausted， 它也是一个很累的字。比如说 she was too exhausted to finish her homework and decided to go to bed early. 那我们再看另外一个句子 I get really tired after a long day of work. 工作一整天之后呢，我感到相当的疲倦。那我们刚刚也有看到一个 quite这个字，它是个副词，是相当的意思。比如说很冷，我们也可以用这个字 The weather was quite cold, so they wore heavy jackets. 因为很冷，所以他们就穿很厚重的外套。或者是 quite a few 也是我们英文常见的用法，相当多的意思。There were quite a few people at the concert last night. 那我们看另外一个例句 Robert doesn't quite understand the way to the park. You should take him there. Robert 其实不太知道怎么到公园，你应该带他去。那我们刚刚有说取决于，那它的英文就是 depend on. Depend on 就是去取决于，不过也有依赖或需要的意思，像是 depend on parents 就是依赖父母亲。Children often depend on their parents for guidance and support. 或者是什么东西是取决于天气也可以，就后面放会影响到你的因素的东西。To depend on the weather 就是取决于天气。比如说 their weekend plans depend on the weather forecast. 那我们看另外一个句子 Maybe I will go to the beach today. It depends on the weather. 我今天可能会去海边吧，不过还是看天气决定。那最后呢，我们的单字是 goal， 它是目标，所以比如说你要设置一个目标，我们可以使用 set 这一个动词。He set a goal to run a marathon by the end of the year. 或达到目标就是 reach a goal， 比如说 She worked hard to achieve her goal of becoming a professional dancer. 好，那我们看今天的课文例句。My goal for the next 5 years is to buy a house. 我未来5年的目标呢是买一间新的房子。Okay, so that's pretty much about it for today's lesson. Don't forget to practice and review. Right now, let's go to our review time activity.
Review time!
All right, we are back for our review time. So let's do that. That's a good new habit. We can always do review time. We had 4 new words that I hope you remember from our article, from the dialogue, I should say. Those words were tired, right? Ethan was tired. Quite, he did stay up quite late. Depend on, I forget what that one was about. And goal, he has a goal of breaking his bad habits. So those are the words that we had. We are going to play a game of opposites.
Okay.
So I'll give you a word that is kind of the opposite or totally different in meaning to one of the words on our list. We'll start off easy. Okay. Energetic.
Energetic.
I'm energetic. I
That's
slept
the
really
opposite
well.
of me right now.
Exactly. And you are?
Tired.
Tired, right? If you sleep well and are full of beans, you are energetic. Let's see. Independent of.
Independent. Oh, that means you're not dependent.
Right.
So you depend on someone.
Yes, if you depend on someone, you need them. If you're independent, you're fine on your own.
但在课文中是取决于的意思。
Very
老师，我们讲的是依赖哦。
Let's see. Okay. Not very.
Not very.
Not very. Just a bit.
Not
a little. Quite. If I'm quite tired, I'm very tired or getting close to. If I'm not very tired, I'm the opposite. Just a little bit tired. And the last one we have would be, let's see, plan.
Plan.
I have a plan.
Okay. So it's not something that's not so confirmed. So it should be goal.
Goal would be the opposite. The goal is what you're doing. The plan is how you're going to do it. But without the plan, you can't get the goal. There you go. Well done. Yay! I think those are a little tricky, but you're not that tired. Your brain still worked. So congratulations.
I'm a smart girl.
You're a smart girl, and imagine how much of a genius you would be after a good night's sleep. So let's aim for that. Take care, everyone. We'll be back soon. In fact, tomorrow, I think, with more about how to make good habits and break bad habits. We'll see you back then. Until then, bye.
Yeah, so 今天的节目就讲到这边啦。如果想要看更多的精彩内容，请到我们的 YouTube 搜寻 A Plus English 空中美语，也别忘记按赞、订阅、开启小铃铛哦。
But don't watch the videos too late. Bye.